Hi everyone, my name is Kajal Glotra and in this video we will be talking about a problem statement by the name called 3 sum. Okay, so let's try to understand what exactly the problem says. It says given an integer array nums, you are given with an array by the name called nums. You have to return a triplet. You have to return 3 elements from your given array and their sum should be equals to 0 and you cannot repeat the number itself. Okay, you can see you have a nums array -1 0 1 2 -1 4 and you have two sub arrays which will give you a sum of 0. So I'm taking -1 -1 and 2, so -1 -1 and 2, it will give you a sum of 0 and -1 0 and 1. So you have to return unique sub array from your array which is giving you a target sum equals to 0, and you cannot use the same index to calculate the sum as 0. That the question says. Let's try to understand how this problem will get solved. We already have seen the 2-pointer algorithm. If you have not seen that video, check out the video link in which I have explained what exactly the 2-pointer approach does. Okay. This is the array that is given to you, okay, and this is not sorted. Whenever you want to apply 2-pointer approach, you have to sort the array first. Now let's see after sorting the array what will be my array. So my array will be like -4 -1 -1 0 1 and 2. That will be my sorted array, right? Now in order to apply 2-pointer approach, I'm going to keep this as an index I and I'll make a left. This is my left and this is my right because I want sum of I, L and R, right, as 0. So what I'll do, I'll try to calculate the sum from nums of I, nums of left and nums of R. This is what I'll try to calculate. If this sum equals to 0, then that means I got the triplet and I'll insert it into the array list which I actually want to return. But if the sum is less, if the sum is lesser than what I am expecting, okay, in that case, if the sum is lesser, that means I need to add something to the sum. And whenever I'm moving towards the right from the left, I'm getting bigger numbers. But whenever I'm moving from right to left, I'm getting smaller numbers. If you are getting sum which is less than 0, so that means you need to add something, okay, to make it 0. We'll be moving towards right because I know when I'm moving towards right, I'm getting a bigger number. But if my sum is coming out to be greater than 0, so in that case, I know I need to subtract something, right? And in order to delete some part, or I want to get a smaller number, so I'll be moving towards left because I know when I'll be moving towards left from my right side, I'll be getting a smaller number, right? And I'll be doing the same thing till that time my left is smaller than the right. Okay, I checked all the combinations of L and R with this I. Once I am not getting anything, I'll be moving my I and my L will become the next element from I and R will be the last element, and then I'll try to make new combinations. And that's how the approach will be working like. Okay, so now let's try to code what I just explained. First of all, I can see that my array which is given to me is not sorted, right? So you can see the example here. The array is not sorted, but I know the 2-pointer approach will be applicable onto a sorted array. So first of all, I'll try to sort it by using an inbuilt method by the name called sort, and I'll say nums. So I wanted to return a list of integer as my output, as my result. So I'm making an array list because I wanted to return a list of integers, so I created an array list of type that. Okay, now I know that I'll be having a for loop where int I equal to 0, I is less than nums dot length and I plus plus, right? Now for this for loop, I'll have my left. What is my left? Left is I plus 1. Just immediate next element after my I. My right will be the rightmost element, or you can say the last element. So how can I calculate it? So nums dot length minus 1. So that will be my last element. Now I'll have a while loop while left is less than right. Okay. Till that time, I'll try to calculate the sum. In sum equals to nums of I, nums of left, and nums of right. Okay, I'll try to calculate the sum. If my sum becomes 0, which is my target value, if this is the case, then actually this is the triplet that I was looking for. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll try to add result.add. I'm trying to add the triplet into my result set. Okay, arrays dot as list, and I'll add nums I, nums left, and nums right to my array list. But do I need only one triplet or do I need all the triplets? Because I need all the triplets, so I'm not breaking the loop here, and because I got it, I'll have to change the values for my left and right. So I'll say left plus plus and right minus minus, so that I'm not going into the infinite loop. Else if my sum, which is coming out to be nums of I left and right, if this is less than 0, which is the target value, that is the case, that means I need to add something to my sum. I need to have a bigger value, so I'll be moving towards left. So I'll say left plus plus. Making sense? And else I'll say right minus minus. That is it. Right? Once my while loop is done, my for loop is also done, I'll try to return the result. But have we handled the cases where I can get the duplicates? Now let's try to run this first, and I'll show you. It will give you the duplicates in it. Okay, so you can see it is giving you this duplicate minus 1 0 1. Okay, actually we have not handled the case. This code can be further optimized. So first of all, whether you have this I, you can check if, let's say, your nums dot I, your first element, your index element itself is greater than 0. That means you are not required to check ahead. So I'll just say break, because I know my elements are sorted. And if my this element is greater, my next element will be greater than the 0, right? And if I is greater than 0, okay, so that means now I'm trying to check that minus 1 comes again. So there are two minus 1s in the problem statement. If minus 1 is coming again, you are not required to make the combination again, right? You want to skip it. So if I is equals to 0, you cannot check duplicates. That is the first element you got. If I is greater than 0, then only you can check for duplicates, right? So for I is greater than 0 and nums of I is equals to nums of I minus 1. So that means this is the case of duplicates. Okay, at that time I need to skip it. I'll say continue. The below code will not be going on for this specific condition. Okay, making sense? Okay, and after these two conditions you can add further condition here. What if the left plus plus is also similar to the previous left? Because you can have duplicates, so you can also bypass it, or you can also say while till that time when left is less than right. Okay, that is the outer condition, that is the base condition that you have to check. If nums of left plus 1 is equals to nums of left, if that is the case, you will say left plus plus. Okay, because you don't want to make the combination again. And similarly for the right one, if left is less than right and nums of right is equals to nums of right minus 1. Okay, till that time you have to do right minus minus. Okay, so you are just skipping the duplicate lefts and duplicate rights, and that is it. Now let's try to run this. Now what's wrong? Okay, we have used num somewhere. Yeah, this, it should be nums. Num is actually not there. So it is accepting. Now let's try to submit this as well. So this has been submitted. Also, if you will try to calculate the complexity of this one, this is the one for loop, right? And inside this for loop you have also one for loop which is going from left to right, right? So the point is, you have first loop and then the another is the second loop, so it will be order of n square. Okay, but if you will try to do it in a brute force, so in the brute force you will try to make I equals to 0, j equals to I plus 1 and k equals to j plus 1. So there will be 3 for loops and you are trying to get the triplets by the brute force, so it will be going till order of n cube, but using the 2 pointer approach will be giving you the solution in order of n square only. So yeah, that is it for this video. Let's see you in the next video. Thank you so much.